for a little over a decade. And I've learned so many new strategies in the last year or so. I'm going to be talking about the benefits of investing in Memphis real estate specifically, which I think is going to help, everybody that's on the call today, or not the call, but the live Facebook webinar or whatever today. So I want to first start off, guys, by talking about why should you or anyone be buying real estate in Memphis, Tennessee. So I wrote down some notes on the back of my son's homework, right? My wife looked, are you writing on my son's homework? Like, yeah. So I wrote some notes so that I can kind of stick to the topic. So many of you know, thank you, Prosper, for joining in. Many of you know that I'm all over the place mentally, so I have to stick to the subject. So I got this piece of paper in front of me. But why should anybody be buying in Memphis right now? So let's go ahead and talk about this. This is going to be some good, juicy stuff. I hope you brought your pens and your notepad. If you can hold your phone and write at the same time. But in a nutshell, guys, you've probably seen articles all over the internet about Memphis real estate. The return on investment is literally astronomical. Once again, investing in Memphis for the last decade or so, I've seen prices go to an all-time low. And I saw this article talking about this reporter that interviewed John Paul Getty a while back. I talked about this before. What's up, you Millie? And he said, what's the secret to wealth? He said, well, I buy my straw hats in the winter. Well, when the economy is in a downturn or is in distress or whatever the case may be, that's considered the winter, right? So right now is the best time to buy. It's winter and the straw hats are on sale. I love saying that. So, but the return on investment is astronomical. And look at this. Not only is the internet loaded with articles confirming that Memphis real estate gives investors the best return on their money, but if you want to create generational wealth, guys, and I see a lot of people talking about that. What's up, Renee? I see a lot of people talking about, I want to leave a legacy for my family. I want to leave generational wealth. Tie your income to one of the necessities of life. And we all know what that is. Food, water, and what? Shelter. So if in any business that I've built, I've always made sure that I tied it to what someone needed and not what someone wanted. And that long-term thought process, that long-term mentality allowed me to tie my income to something that people were going to use and do over and over and over again. So that means that as long as I'm here, as long as my kids are here, I'm going to have income because I've tied my income to a necessity and not a want. So let's talk about this real quick. Memphis, here's some good tidbits. I like to bag things up with facts. Memphis is a blue-collar city. What does that mean? We have a lot of great working people in this city that their mentality is to work hard, for their money. That's just the tradition that we come from, working hard for your money, doing the things that it takes to, build a solid lifestyle for our families, etc. But also in that same breath, the fact that we're in a blue-collar city loaded with great people, Memphis is also the bankruptcy capital of the world. And so what does that mean? By combining those two perfect ingredients for a real estate investor, that means that we have people that have income, medium incomes considered here in Memphis, but they can't afford to literally buy a blue collar. Blue collar is like factory workers working in, let's just say FedEx. FedEx is one of the biggest employers here in Memphis, Tennessee. People that work in more so factories. So the bigger portion of our median income, grinders, that's it. That's what a blue collar worker is. And so Memphis is the bankruptcy capital of the world. So those two ingredients, these same people that work very hard, have the income, they just don't have the credit to buy a retail home right out of the gate. So in essence, what they do is they rent instead of buying the home, which is great, I rent properties that I live in all over the country. So, it's nothing wrong with that mindset, but it's great because here in Memphis, you're going to learn today that you can buy real estate, fully rehab properties anywhere from $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 and make anywhere from $500 to $1,000+ a month on that type of return. So what this means, this means that the citizens of this city earn enough money to afford an average rent of $500 to $1,200 a month. And so I'm going to show you how that's huge. I'm going to show you how, Spencer just got a deal where it's an amazing deal, but the people can't afford to buy it right now or can't get qualified to buy it retail. So he's going to rent that property out on a lease purchase. Those are different strategies, guys, we're going to go over today. This means that the citizens of this city earn enough money to afford an average rent of $500 to $1,200 a month. Now, you think about what I just said. If your money is sitting in the bank right now, $20,000, or sitting in a retirement fund, or sitting under the mattress, or you got a refund coming in for taxes, it's sitting under all these places and it's not doing anything. Imagine if that money was sitting in the bank and they were paying you $500 a month, and it was insured if something happened to that specific money or whatever the case may be. Same thing with real estate. We're going to go over that, guys. That rental income return is literally astronomical when you consider the prices paid for houses in this city, okay? Liam, I think I'm recording this. Jet's supposed to be recording, but I'm not sure, man. That rental income is astronomical when you consider the prices paid for houses in this city. Buying Memphis real estate is a great way to build what I call a retirement portfolio. So you're going to see my strategy. I've been in business for myself for, I'm 35 now. I've been in business for myself since 2001, so about 15 years or so. So think about this, guys. 15 years in the business, how, and this is not the gloat or what is it, gloat or brag or whatever, but it's just a proof of concept that's worked that I've learned from several other people thanks, Jess said he is recording it, that I've learned from several other people that have experienced extremes amount of success. That rental income is astronomical when you consider the prices paid for houses in this city. Buying Memphis real estate is a great way to build a portfolio to retire from. Hear me out on this. Have you ever looked at your retirement portfolio returns? This is some juice right here. I want you to remember this. Have you ever considered your retirement portfolio returns? So I know a lot of people that come to us, and like, again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is just advice from a personal experience, etc. But I want you to follow me on this. Your retirement returns, look at this, your retirement. Let's just say, I'm gonna give you a scenario. If you continue with the game plan of investing in your retirement portfolio, and so this is not to say pull your money out, but, anything. If you continue with that game plan, look at how it actually works. We all know that inflation makes rent go up every year, right? In 1975, you could probably Google this, numbers may be a little off, a little close. But in 1975, rent was about $30 a month to live in one of the areas that I'm going to use as an example to buy real estate. Rent was about $30 a month in 1975, 1970-ish. Rent in 2005 for that same area is now $600 a month. That means that the rent went up 20 times in 30 years. Hear me out on this, guys. I'm making a point about your retirement plan. And I want you to add this up. Let's just say the average income in Memphis, we all know this is about $2,000 a month. What up, Dale? It's my guy. Let's just say the average income in Memphis is about $2,000 a month. And let's just say you're smart. You're putting away. You're doing what you were told to do all these years. Put money in a 401k. Put money in a retirement, right? $2,000 a month. Let's just say that you're amazing and you put away $1,000 per month away into your 401k. Now, we know that the average person is not taking 50% of their take home and putting it in a retirement, right? For retirement. We know that that's not the case. But listen to this. Let's just say that you are that person and you're following this retirement. You can do this with the real numbers, that you're doing for yourself later on. But $2,000 is what you're making. You're taking $1,000 and putting it away every month for the next 30 years. That means in 12 months, you got 12 grand sitting up there. We're not going to say that they're matching it because I'm already giving you the benefit of the doubt to say that you're putting $1,000 a month away. So you got $12,000 in 1 year. You got $120,000 in 10 years. You got $360,000 in 30 years. Woo! You're rich, right? You loaded. You're loaded when it comes to thinking about 2016. You got a lot of money. Right? When you're thinking about 2016 terms, but let's fast forward 30 years. Let's fast forward 30 years, and let's just say that, and I wrote this in my notes, in 30 years, inflation continues, and let's just say the $600 a month in rent goes up not by 20 times. Let's just say it goes up, let's just say it's $600 a month now, and it goes up that 20 times. All right? $600 a month goes up 20 times. That puts you at $12,000 a month. Don't think it's real? 1975, it was $30 a month. 1975 rent in the same area was $30 a month. $12,000 a month. Inflation has caused rent to go up to $12,000 a month. So now you're a little older. You probably have a little bit more expenses. You got prescriptions probably. You've been taking care of yourself. Whatever the case may be, bills are coming in, right? You got $12,000 a month that you're paying to live in rent or whatever the case may be. All right? Check this out. You can last with the $360,000 that you have in retirement. You will be able to last 3 years. And what you're seeing now with, the elderly, that they're not as secure as they thought they were, they're going back to work, et cetera, after retirement, you're seeing that as a prime example. You got $360,000 that you stacked up, but rent or inflation has outraced or outgrew your money that you put up. So now you got $360,000, and in 3 years, you're looking at it dwindling away because you're living. Now, let's use that same scenario, right? With, I'm going through my notes, like I said, on my son's homework. Let's use that same scenario. What up, Noah? Let's use that same scenario. Now, let's just say you chose real estate as the option to build your retirement portfolio. Once again, I'm not an advisor. This is all off personal experience. Let's just say you use your retirement to real estate as a retirement portfolio instead. And every year you decide you want to buy 2 houses. 2 houses, and I'm using Memphis as the market because, once again, it's the best market in the world, baby. Every year you choose to buy 2 houses for 10 years. Every year we all know that rent increases by 3%, right? Listen to this. What up, man? Every year we know that rent increases by 3%. Now, some may do lower, some may do yes, but we know that rent increases. And let's just say in the next few years, that's 20 houses in 10 years if you bought 2 houses a year. And let's just say the average rent in 30 years is a low income, is in a low income area, only goes up double what it is now. So let's just say instead of it being $12,000 a month, we're going to go conservative numbers. We're not going to say that your rent is going to be $12,000 a month from your rental portfolios. Let's just say the rent in a low income area goes from $500 a month to $1,500 a month in 30 years. I think that's pretty realistic, being that in 1975 rent was only $30 a month. $1,500 a month per house times 20 houses is $30,000 a month. You own the house free and clear in that time frame, right? Because you probably bought it free and clear. And your other expenses, your personal expenses, your bills, your doctor bills or whatever, come out to about $20,000 a month total. So let's just say it's costing you $12,000 a month to live. Your other bills about $8,000 a month, but you're making $30,000 a month in residual income. Now, these are hypothetical numbers, but they're low considering the statistics that we have used in the past. All right? Now you say, will you ever do a video on how to build savings? Yes, I will. I will do that. All right. So they say most people spend more when they retire. You still have a positive cash flow, guys, from rentals. Now, it is best to flip or buy and hold in Memphis for rental income. Now, this is the question that some people ask. Is it best to flip or buy and hold Memphis houses for rental income? This is a question I get asked all the time, and I'm going to explain to you what I did before I started flipping houses, etc., what I made sure I did in place. How do you sustain all these years without having to go back to work or whatever the case may be, or continue to do what you love to earn your income? This is the juice here, guys. All right. Is it best to flip or buy and hold? And this is an opinion, of course. My opinion. But let's first understand what money is designed to do. From my opinion, from what I've been taught, from people that I consider to be mentors. Money is made to move and circulate in the economy, not to stack and hoard. This is something that I had to really get out of my head, because I'm like, man, if I get $1, I'm stacking that junk, you know what I'm saying? I want to see my bank account got, $500 million in it. I want to see that in my bank account. That's what it is. That's what it's about. No. Money is meant to literally move and circulate in the economy. And the way you know that, I'm big on mental vibration, etc., but everything, Nikola Tesla, he's a guy that invented the lights, not Thomas Edison, but he invented the light system that we're currently using now. He said, if you want to think in terms of the universe, think in terms of energy and vibration. So money's vibration is to move and circulate. So if you attempt to hold on to money, it will vibrate away from you because that's what it's designed to do. You will pinch off of it. You'll take away from it. So what you have to do with money is the more you move money into assets that produce cash flow, it will always flow back to you. So understanding what money is designed to do, if you move your money into assets, houses, businesses that are profitable, that can create a passive income, but let's just keep it to houses. If you move money into assets that produce a positive cash flow for you guys, what will happen is that money will circulate back to you and circulate away from you and circulate back to you again. So when you heard the saying to say that if the rich were to give all their money to the poor, it would end up circulating back, right, to the person or the rich person because of the mindset difference. So the more you move money into assets that produce cash flow, it will always flow back to you. Let me go to my next page. With that said, is it best to flip or Vincent, you got all the money, man. Is it best to flip or buy and hold? In my opinion, starting out, this is my opinion. This is the way I did it. Once again, I'm not a financial advisor. My first strategy and order of business is to always cover my total monthly expenses with residual or passive income. Okay? I'll get to that question, guys. My first strategy and order of business is to cover my total monthly expenses with residual or passive income, guys. Why? Listen to this. And I'm going to go through a couple steps. Number one, what I do is I calculate everything that it takes for me to live comfortably. Okay, I want to be able to pay my bills, pay my house, pay my cars, take my family out to eat when I want to, right? I want to be able to do all of the things that I want to do. I don't want to just get by. It's not living. We want to live. I want to live. So I'm going to calculate what it takes for me to be able to travel every week or every month if I want to travel or go somewhere. I'm going to calculate all that into my monthly expenses. Once I determine that, number two, I'm going to look for assets that I can buy that will pay me every month to cover those expenses. This keeps me from having to go to work for money to cover my bills. I learned that if I want more income, I buy more income. I don't go to work for it. If I'm working for something that I love to do. You know, not so that I can earn income. Now, don't get me wrong. I go get that money. You know what I'm saying? But you get what I'm saying here. I look for assets. I'm going to get to the finance part. What if you ain't got no money, right? I look for assets that I can buy that will pay me every month to cover my expenses. This keeps me from having to go to work for it. So how do you sustain when you're starting a business? Get some passive income coming in to cover your hey guys, remember to ask the questions at the end. I'm gonna open it up for questions because I can't read them and look at my paper. You know, I got that thing where my mind is all over the place. So I'll look for assets. So this keeps me from having to go to work to cover my bills. So when I don't have to go to work to cover my bills, guys, that frees me up to do other things like flipping. So let's talk about this. So once my expenses are covered from passive income I am earning, I then focus on flipping or selling things that will give me more cash reserve to buy more income, which means buy more assets. Did you get what I'm saying? So once my expenses are covered on a passive income or residual basis, then what I do is I then focus on high revenue or cash generating things that I can do to generate more cash, whether that's me going to work a job or whatever, or if that's your thing, or finding a business where I can make some high cash returns, which is flipping, etc., right? Or whatever the case may be, I want to do something to generate more cash in so that I can take that money and put it back into assets that generate passive income. This is the secret that I learned, right, to long-term success for freedom. Passive income first. Passive income first. So how am I able to give a 100% to my flipping business or my mobile app business, right, or my tax franchise businesses that How am I able to give 100% energy to any one of those things, whichever one that I love the most? Is because I have I've generated the passive income to cover my monthly bills so that I don't have to worry if this bill is paid if I don't flip something next month, right? So here we go. This is the secret to long-term success, freedom. Passive income first. Once you learn to use your money to buy your income, that's one thing that's very key. Look at me stuffing my foot. One thing that's very key, buy your income. Don't work for it. Work for what you love. Work for what you love doing. You will then stop working to earn your money, and you will understand and do the things that you love instead. So let's go to the next page. I'm almost done, guys. So I personally focus on building my income first to cover my expenses. Then I start flipping in conjunction with earning my passive income, okay? So doing it the opposite way around is definitely possible, guys. So don't get me, once again, these are my opinions. These are not, things that you don't have to do it this way. These are my opinions, right? So doing it the opposite way around is definitely possible. But if you have no passive income, I promise you, I've done it that way. And you do not flip, and you do no flips. You don't have anything. Let's just say you're in the flipping business. You ain't got nothing coming in. Guess what? And you have no residual, but you got those, what they call residual bills. You ain't got no residual income, but you got residual bills. I know, I've been there. I promise you, I did it the opposite way. If I got residual bills and I ain't got no residual income, guess what? I'm going to take my behind back to work, right? Because wife ain't going, right? Kids got to eat, right? That's my motto. My kids got to eat. So you'll end up working for your money again, in a nutshell. So when you see some people start their own businesses and they quit their job, etc., there's nothing wrong with, I believe in going after your dream. But when you see them back sitting next to you at work and you say, man, what happened? I thought you was I thought you were going good. They didn't focus on building the passive income, or maybe they did, but they probably needed a little bit more training, etc. So where do you start? Here's the next one. All right, we're almost done. I write like really big. I'll show you my nose. Look. All right, so where do you start? This is the plug for me. Of course, everybody knows I'm marketing houses all the time. But everybody knows we find a lot of good deals and good houses every day, and we put them on our sites. Good houses in Memphis can be purchased for $10,000, $20,000, $30,000. Okay, guys, they're saying 4 or 5 minutes till this video ends. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the next session for a Q&A, okay? They're only giving me, like 30 minutes to talk. I'm going to do the next session for Q&A, okay? So I'll go back on my page and you guys can log in to go Q&A. Good houses in Memphis can be purchased for $10,000 to $20,000 to $30,000. That's the good range, the happy medium that most people stay in, and maybe a little bit more. You can go to homesfor10k.com, HOMESFOR10K, HOMESFOR10K.com. And if you don't know, it's always on my wall. You can scroll down and get that. You can go there, click Buy Homes, click on Buy Homes, and fill out your info to see tons of low-price, off-market real estate. So you're going to fill out a low profile, and one of our representatives will give you a call, et cetera, to answer some questions. But view it online. So what you'll be able to do, guys, is go to our website, view it online, view houses online. You'll be able to view the video walkthrough. We actually send a representative out there that does a full video walkthrough of all of the houses, narrates you through the house, lets you know what you're looking at, et cetera, and you can make a good conscious buying decision from your phone. Now, I'm going to go in the next part, and you also see pictures. If you like it, email us or give us a call to schedule a time to see the house in person or send us your full offer. We have so many people that buy from us all over the world. They look at the video and send us an offer. Most of the time it's a full offer because it's a great deal. And then from there, they, buy the houses. But what if it needs rehab? That's what a lot of people say. We do have our own rehab crews that do an amazing job. You may have your own as well. But we work to get the properties in rent-ready condition, or if your thing is flipping, we can get them in retail-ready condition at discounted prices. We also have inspectors. They do inspections for $300 per house. So once the house gets inspected, this is a different training, so I'm running through this part, just kind of telling you the process. And if you fill out that form on our site, you'll get this explained to you. But once the house is inspected, we send you the report and give you an estimated rehab quote based upon the work that's in the report. Got 3 minutes, guys. So what if I have no money? How's my credit? What if I have no money? How's your credit? I think I'm going to answer your question, Romeo. What if I have no money? How's my credit? Is it bad? That's okay. We have tons of companies that will finance you if you got a little bit of money down. and usually $5,000 to $10,000 down is what we say. But it really depends on the asset. If I'm buying for cash flow, I love buying the assets cash here in Memphis. Or if you don't have any money, pull what you got together. My motto is do what you can where you are with what you have. My thing is I don't look for excuses. I look for solutions. So what do I have? Find other like-minded people that are thinking like me, that want the same thing that I want, and I pool my money together. This is the way we get started, guys. We do it on big scale deals. People do it on big scale deals, and people do it on do the same thing that they do on a big scale, on a small scale. Pool your money with like-minded friends or family that have the same goals and are ready to start buying now. Fred says he can help with credit issues. Guys, there's a ton of people that can do that. Now, your all-in cost for purchase and rehab in a decent area in Memphis is $20,000 to $35,000. But once again, guys, there are tons of people that will loan money to you to buy these assets. Well, you say, man, they'll loan me with bad credit? Yes, because they're not lending based on you. They're lending based upon the asset because it's a passive income for them. If you understand how this flow of money works, they're lending on that house, not you. So what you're in essence doing is literally finding a house for these lenders to lend money on. Yeah, it's going to be at a higher interest rate. Let's just say if your note would have normally been on a 30-year loan, let's just say if your note would have been $300 a month. I'm sorry, $200 a month. But if you go to one of these lenders who are lending private money lending or hard money lending, they'll lend it to you and your note is $400 a month. You're renting the house out at $700 a month. You're winning and paying the interest and building your passive income. So benefits of buying from us, we're a one-stop shop, guys. We find houses at low prices. We inspect, we rehab, we refer to insurance agents, we refer to property management companies. Crestcore is a great one, guys, and there are tons of others, and we do that on repeat. So ask your questions in the next video. I'm going to close this one out in 30 seconds, and I'm going to open it up for Q&A, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, guys. This is just something from the heart because I love doing this to give you information. I hope you learn, something from this. But once again, this is from the heart. I'm about to open up another one for 10 seconds for questions. So log on to my page. All right, guys.